everybody, welcome to Cozy Cards and Crystals. My name is Joanna and today I'm doing another VR. This time it's called Things to Live For and it's a VR to Marlena and to Lennan Smith. So Lennan Smith was the creator and did the original video. I actually first saw it on Marlena's channel. And of course, I will have a link to Marlena's video that I watched in the video description below, as well as to the original video from Lennan Smith in the video description below. I decided to do things a little bit differently here, as pretty much always, and I decided to do it with Lenormand. Um, because Lenormand is the system that I started my cartomancy and divination journey with. It was the first system that I learned and that I used and I got to know months before I actually started to learn tarot. Basically, we are going through the whole Lenormand deck. Talk about what each card made me think of, specific things or moments throughout life that are worth living for, that are fun, that I enjoy, and that make life beautiful. So, alright, first up is the rider, and this one is pretty obvious. I love the feeling sitting on horseback and just riding through nature. That sense of freedom, that fresh breeze in your hair or on your face, to feel the power and strength of that living being that you're sitting on, that special connection that you two have, and that trust that you bring to each other. So, really a beautiful moment to enjoy. Next up is the clover. And so for me, this reminded me of summer days when you're just in a park or in your garden and you're walking barefoot, feeling the grass beneath your feet on the naked skin. I really love that feeling. And also that smell when there is a summer rain, that smell of the summer rain and the earthy tones in the air, as well as when you're freshly mowed your grass. It reminds me of, yeah, the sea, the ocean, the sounds of waves, or looking at the horizon and seeing the vastness of the ocean. It's just beautiful. The house. So this one reminds me of one thing, which is when you were at a vacation and you stayed in a hotel or something, and then um, it doesn't matter how beautiful that vacation was or the how good the hotel was. There's something about coming back home and having your own four walls again, your own bed, your own toilet, your own stuff around you. It's just an amazing feeling the first night in your own bed again. And also those cozy evenings when you know that you already have done everything you have to do, you're just chillaxing and cozying up on your bed or on your couch and having your favorite food and drink, watching your fave movie. There's just something about those cozy evenings at home. The tree. I love hugging trees. Well, maybe not just literally hugging them, but just being around them. Especially when they're older trees. There are some trees that have such an energy to them when you walk by them or when you look at them and you just see that they're old. And you wonder what this tree has already been through or experienced. And that and just standing next to it and looking at it is absolutely beautiful. The clouds. Well, I love watching clouds. It's just simple as that, watching clouds and letting your creativity and imagination um, yeah, interpret the different cloud beings and having fun like that and just seeing how the clouds pass and move on. It's timeless. You forget that time exists in some way. The snake, the moment when patience pays off, because the snake for me is about complications or something takes really long, and so, or can be at least. And so the moment when you have waited a long, long time, or a thing that you put so much work into finally pays off after being complicated, after some letdowns, that's just amazing. The coffin, when something finally comes to an end, um, not something necessarily that you love, but something that you have worked your ass off, and now you have the result. You finished a project, you finished a job on your work day. You finished something that you so long just ignored or pushed away because it's not something really pleasant to do. And the moment when you finally did it, and then that's off your to-do list, is just such a freeing and relieving um, feeling that comes in then. The flowers, so just gifts. Either you are the one that receives a gift, and that moment of unwrapping it, seeing what's inside, that excitement, that sense of surprise, and also feeling value, also gifting a gift to somebody else. Just seeing the happiness or the joy that comes with that for the other person. The sight reminds me of harvest season, when you go through your garden and you watch the plants development throughout the seasons. You see it grow, you see it bloom, and then you see the fruit starting to grow. And then when it's finally ripe and you can harvest it and see how big it got and how good it tastes and smells, that's really, and your work paying off and your patience paying off, that's really cool thing. The broom or the rods, um, that sense of spring cleaning, not necessarily doing it, because tidying up and doing household stuff isn't really the most pleasant thing to do, but seeing the rewards of it or the result of it, feeling that space that all of a sudden comes up because you decluttered it and now you finally have room again to breathe and everything looks so perfect and beautiful and clean and spacious and not just cluttered from bottom to top and there's no space left. And you've organized everything, you finally can find everything now again. So, really love that. The birds, just communicating, chit chatting with each other, getting to know some new people, getting some new information and inspiration, maybe even. The child, sometimes just doing things because they're fun. There's no reason to do those. They're not efficient. You don't have to do them. Maybe they're even looked at being silly, but just doing those things like dancing, singing, screaming, playing around. Really love that. The fox, the moment when you finally realize something or you finally find a solution for a problem that bothered you for such a long time, that aha moment, so to speak, because you finally get an information or an opportunity um, that allows you to and it just makes click, and you finally understand something, and the world is so much easier. The bear, so the moment when you finally found the courage to speak up for yourself, or maybe even um, when you are successful or you find a successful response or counter to somebody else's phrase or joke. Oftentimes, right in that moment, you stand there thinking about, well, what would be a good counter, and nothing appears in your head. And 2 or 3 hours later, you go, well, that would be a nice answer for that. But that one time when that nice answer comes up right away when you need it, it's just so good. The stars, so everything sparkly. I love sparkly things like crystals when they're sparkle, cards when they're shiny. Just that shininess and sparkliness makes me happy to see that. The storks, well, just going on an adventure, seeing something new, going in a foreign country where you've never been before, or visiting a place where you've never been before, and just exploring that and having a nice day there. The dog, I mean, just friendship in general. Also knowing that there is somebody that you can turn to, not just in the good times, but also in the bad times, that has always an open ear for you, that is always going to help you in the best way that they can. Um, just knowing that is a really good feeling. And also, if you guys have a dog or a cat or another pet out there, those cuddly moments when they lie next to you and you feel their warm skin and their breathing and you just can cuddle with them. It's such a calming and loving moment and energy. It is amazing. The tower. So the tower for me is almost can also mean retreat. And so sometimes when you finally have the ability to retreat from a situation or person can be a quite good release or good feeling because um, we are not often having that opportunity or not always having that opportunity to just go out, leave a situation that isn't good for us or that is just annoying. But when you have that opportunity and you can do that, that is a pretty cool one when it's just like, well, that is annoying right now, so I'm just gonna leave it there or just leave you there and going my own way, and I don't have to mess with you or with it. The park, just going outside, um, going on a walk through a park, through a forest, through nature. A picnic is really cool. The mountain. Well, that feeling when you finally were able to climb the mountain and reach the mountain top. Um, Maybe literal, but also metaphorical. That is a really cool thing. Or being on a really high up place where you can not necessarily have to be a mountain, but where you have a really nice view, maybe over a whole city or something like that. Those are really cool situations as well. The crossroads, when you're finally able to do or to make a decision, to decide which way you want to go, and then everything moves forward and develops forward, and everything is fine, and you know within you that you made the right decision, there is no doubt left. That's a really cool one. Or when somebody decided to choose you, maybe with a job interview or with a relationship. The mice. When you confronted your fears and then realized that your fear wasn't realistic at all, and basically the complete opposite um, actually happened than you were afraid of or that you pessimistically thought it would, that is a really good feeling. Also, sometimes a little bit chaos is needed. Sometimes it really feels good to have a chaotic outlet, to do something chaotic. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect or everything is in order or whatever. You just play and have fun. The heart, of course, the feeling of falling in love. Maybe, of course, with another person, but it doesn't have to be. The feeling of falling in love with a project or with a hobby, with an interest that you just explored or found out. The ring, so of course, everything blingy, my crystals. I thought about my crystals and they make me happy. Just watching them, getting something new, finding something that I haven't seen before or that I haven't in my collection, something really special, but also just looking at the ones that I already have. And every time I look at them closely, even at the ones that I have for years now in my collection, every time I take them out and look at them closely, I discover something new or a new angle, a new rainbow, a new inclusion, a new structure on the surface of them. It's just amazing. So, my crystals, the book, so just the smell of a good book, of a new book or of a new card deck, if it's that amazing good smell, or when you're going into a bookstore, I love that. And also reading a good book, exploring a fantasy world or a fantasy universe in your head. The letter. So, of course, writing in any way, shape, or form. Not just writing a letter, but writing in your journal, writing a story. So, the man, that feeling of when you're doing sports, that that strange feeling of being rewarded, of being proud of yourself, but also at the same time and happy and feeling really strong, but at the same time feeling really exhausted. The woman, so just doing a self-care day, thinking about yourself, because this would be the significator card for me when I'm reading for myself. So thinking about myself and doing myself a little favor. The lilies, the smell of flowers is just amazing. And also here with the lilies, I also have to think about a spa day, some wellness, some massage. Um, really love that. And also because the lilies are the favorite flower of my mom, spending time with her and really being grateful that I have such a good relationship with her. The sun. So just being on a rooftop garden maybe, or on a balcony with your friends, having some good drinks, having playing some chilling music and enjoying the evening and watching the sunset or the sunrise is really, really cool. Just sunsets and sunrises in general, the different colors um, of the sky that are completely natural, or feeling the warmth of sunlight on your skin, especially when it's still a little bit fresh outside. The moon, also pretty simple, just watching the moon, being able to see it, especially when it's full moons, watching the starry sky, stars up in the sky, and especially when you're in a place where you can really see the sky or the night sky. For the first time, you see how many stars that are actually up there, and it just takes your breath away. The key, um, yeah, just maybe doing a little treasure hunt, for example. And also those situations or things where you can be sure about what is going to happen or what it is. The fish. Um, so of course, money and material things can make you happy as well. Having financial security, but also just the wonders of the world, the things that we haven't explored, like the deep, dark seas and everything that they discover that is down there. Um, some natural phenomena that are really cool. They really fascinate me every time I see them. The anchor. Being happy at your job, having a safe and secure job or workspace, but also a job that fulfills you and that makes you happy and that you feel comfortable to work in. And also just being on the ocean, beaches, or not just beaches and oceans, but also some maybe rivers or lakes or something, a place where just natural water is, that quality of air, that smell that is in the air, um, the sound that flowing water makes. It's just something different. And then the cross. Just being able to recognize some or being able to explore or visit some stone circles, some ancient ruins that are still there or almost complete, studying some history, maybe being even able to walk through them and getting that ancient energy is a really, really cool moment. So that was my VR. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're new here or you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so. It will help you to recognize when I upload a new video so that you don't miss a new video that is coming up on this channel. Also, feel free to comment what are the things that you are living for that make you happy. Maybe also do a VR. I think this is a pretty cool way to shift our focus a little bit from our everyday burdens or things that annoy us at the moment to things that make us happy and things that we can enjoy in life and maybe just visit those places or do those things. And also it's a little bit of a gratitude aspect that also comes with doing this VR. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.